How's old Jack doing 3 years after retiring? Let's take a gander. So there's a guy I was working with. I haven't talked to him in 6 years. Probably one of my first clients in 2018. He lives in California, IA. Great guy, crushing. Good looking guy. Guy's just crushed. He's married, so all you ladies out there, he's already taken. Jack's already taken. But he just retired 3 years ago, so we worked together in 2018 to prepare for his 2020 to 2021 retirement. He retired in 2021. And I said, can I use your data for a video? He goes, absolutely. Obviously, you don't know who he is. Jack in California. Jack's not his real name, to protect the guilty. The guilty. And let's just look at this. So I haven't talked to him in 6 years. All right. So my annual review fee is $500 a month. $500 a month. $500, but only if you talk to me. I mean, I haven't. This guy hasn't paid me $500 for the last 6 years for me to not do anything. He hasn't paid me anything. So he says, "Hey Josh, I just want to check in with you. It's been 6 years." One of my first clients, like, it's crazy. Crazy how much has happened these last 6 years. You know what I'm saying? And so he paid me my $500. So if you see me once a year, you're gonna pay me $500 once a year. If you see me once every 6 years, you'll pay me $500 once every 6 years. If you never see me again, tell me pound saying you'll never pay me anything. You could send me a super chat. The least thing you could do is fondle the like button. Do it now. Fondle, man. Fondle. So let's go check out old Jack here, shall we? We shall. So here's his details. He's just 65, right? He and his spouse are just 65. So right now they're on Medicare. You can see they got a net worth of $822,000. All right, their effective tax rate is 0. We'll get in that here in just a little bit. They got $544,000 in investments, $400,000 home. And they still got a mortgage. We don't like that mortgage, so we're gonna get rid of. We don't want a mortgage, but so their net worth is 822. Interesting. So, oh my goodness, Josh, no way they can retire. They only got $500,000. So check this out. $550,000 for simplicity invested. How about a similar to a Wellington portfolio, 65 or Fidelity balanced to 35, 70, 30. And I'm only giving them a 5.4% annualized rate of return. I don't have my calculator here, so we're gonna have to run with this software here. That means on any given year, we'd expect 5.4 times, excuse me, not 5.4, we'd expect 11.3% standard deviation times 3. We'd expect on any given year, they could be down 5.4. They could be down about 28% on any given year, if that makes sense. All right, so this is what we're using. We're saying, okay, that's what happened in 2008, by the way. Wellington was down 22 or 28? I think Fidelity Balance was down 28. Wellington was down 22, if memory serves. I can't remember. But either way, that's exactly what happened in 2008. And when you factor in inflation, that's the worst market we've ever had was 2008. So Wellington. So we're showing right here the worst case scenario, essentially. I mean, look, Nassim Nicholas Taleb, my man Michael Edison, whatnot, says, look, anytime you have a standard deviation, the problem is it makes the outliers that much more likely to come, because they're basically what they're saying is, at the end of the day, you got this bell curve, and you're saying everything should fall within that bell curve. Well, the bell curve has already been the outliers have already been reached, a la 2020, 2008, a la 1931 or 32, I can't remember. And so you're not projecting anything to come outside of that bell curve. I hope this makes it. Probably doesn't, but and that's a problem with modern day, what's it called, Gaussian statistics with a bell curve. You're saying we don't expect anything to come outside those 3 standard deviations, and yet it happens all the time. What else are you going to do, though? And Edison isn't arguing against Monte Carlos or anything like that, but what else are you going to do? So you're just saying, look, at the end of the day, I'm still showing you the downside risk that we had in 2008, which is the worst market we've ever had. So we're still coming at you pretty conservatively, and I'm only giving you 5.4% assumed rate of return. All right, let's keep going here. So now we're gonna go up here. I'm gonna show you what this guy is. They're still coming in hot at 100%, and their median liquid net worth is 333. Excuse me, liquid. Yes, I did say liquid. That's their investments. Their median liquid net worth is 333,000 or 349, depending on what we do here. So they're not running out of money. But how could that possibly be? They must not be spending anything. Oh my goodness! Check this out. Here's their spending, which includes their mortgage, healthcare. Now they're both on, I want to say Plan N or Plan G. I can't remember which Medicare sub plan. And when I was talking to Jack, I said, how much is your Medicare? And he said about what did he say, about I say $800 a month, something like that. I can't remember what he said for Medicare. It's $800 a month. I said that seems high to me, or $700. I can't remember. I think it was maybe like $750 a month. I think he said $750 a month. I said, man, that seems high to me. But that was for both of them. So they're in California with a Plan G or a Plan N for supplemental, Part A, which is free, Part B, Part D. and they're paying $750 a month for both of them, him and his wife. I was like, whoa, because I would have them paying about $1,100 a month. And he's done. He's like, this is what we're paying. He showed me. I said, okay, we'll run with it. But it's still not cheap. Still $750 a month. Property taxes are quite low in California, all right, because you got Prop 13 and whatnot. He's been in his house for a long time. His house isn't all that expensive relative to California, style. And they're spending, about $4,500, but actually they're spending about $4,000 a month on just day-to-day stuff. Going to see the baseball game, paying their utilities and whatnot. And California utilities are high, but the nice thing about California, because there's no humidity out there, you don't have a whole lot of heating, air conditioning that you necessarily need. I mean, some places you, I grant you, but in other places in California, because the weather's so good, even though the utility prices are high, you don't use that much in utilities. So for him, he's spending about $6,000 a month, all inclusive. I said, but that's not so bad. Taxes. Now, the next 4 years, we're going to have some taxes to pay. Why? Because he's been, for the last 3 years, and the next 3 years, 4 years or so, he's going to be spending down his portfolio at a clip of 65, 66, 100,000 this year. And the 100,000 next year, I should say, because he's going to buy a new car, new to him car. And he can fix it. This guy's very handy. Anyway, so the point being is he's going to spend 30,000 for a vehicle. He has no social, his wife's got a little bit of Social Security, that's it. So his Social Security isn't kicking in. So he's spending down his portfolio until that happens. So let me show you what it looks like here. Because there's a right here. For the last 3 years since he retired, he's been spending down about $75,000 a year from his portfolio. He's spending it down, spending it down, spending it down. And then right here, it just levels off. It levels off. That dark blue is the median liquid net worth he has. It just levels off. Why? Because he's taking Social Security right there. And I'll show you what that looks like. So on a $550,000 portfolio, he's going to spend $220, $280, about $230, $250 or so to include everything. All right, so in a $550,000 portfolio, he's going to spend about half of it. And then what happens here? He's taking Social Security at 70, and now he's no longer spending anything from the portfolio. Look at that. These are deficits. That's where you got to make up the difference with spending your money down from your portfolio. These are surpluses, because when Social Security kicks in, look at this, taxes go way down because of the bulk of your income is taxes. Social Security, you hardly pay any taxes. So check this out. Oops. Actually, let me get a different one here. Hold on a sec. All right, simulated 2025 1040. You can see right here, he's got a $100,000 distribution from his IRA. His wife's small Social Security benefit. He's got tiny little pension, about $700 a month. So he's got between 100,000. 6,500 and 84. He's got about roughly $115,000 of income. You take away your standard deductions, you got $81,000 of taxable income. He's paying $9,300 on roughly $15,000 of income. That's still not a huge effective tax rate. That's less than 10%, obviously. But check this out; it gets even better. He takes his Social Security at 70. All right, in a couple of years. That's his Social Security benefit. That's his little bit of a pension, $700 a month. He's got a tiny little bit of interest income and dividends, not much. So he's got 70,000, 84. So he's got about $80,000 of income. What's that? About $85,000 of income. His taxable income his AGI is only 17,000 because of the vast, essentially 95% of his Social Security benefit is not subject to taxation. So you can see right here, he's got no taxable income at all. So when Social Security is the bulk of his income, he has no taxes. Line 24 is your tax, he pays none. Crazy, isn't it? Yes, it is, Josh. It's very crazy. And then we're going to show you what happens when RMDs kick in. So now he's got his Social Security, 93,000, plus the RMDs, plus a little bit of taxable interest and whatnot. So now you can, again, the tax torpedo right here, and this is why Trump is right to get rid of tax on Social Security, because before he paid no tax. Now he's going to pay $3,700 of tax simply because he increased his income right there by $22,000, $23,000 for RMDs, which added what was previously tax-free before Social Security added almost a third of his tax. Social Security is now subject to taxation. All right, remember that. So before, I just want to point this out. Right here, before he had $77,000 of Social Security, only $8,600 was subject to taxation, which was wiped away by standard deductions. He had no tax. But now he increases his hold on a second. Now he increases his social as he had to increase his RMD or you got an RMD of $23,000. That made $38,000 now subject to taxation. So a $22,000 increase in RMD brought his complete taxable income up from basically nothing to $37,000. Isn't that crazy? Again, he only increases income by $22,000, but he increases taxable income from nothing to $37,000. But no, Trump is only going to affect the rich people. Is this guy rich? I don't think so. Anyway, so this guy's doing fine. Old Jack and Jill went up a hill to fetch a pail of water. Why did Jack fall down? I don't get why is that such a good. Why do all the fairy tales, man, whatever they are? It was kind of weird. Jack and Jill went up a hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down, broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Why is that a children's thing? It's kind of strange. Hansel and Gretel, kind of strange. Those Grimm brothers, I don't know if they did the Jack and Jill one, were weirdos. Oh, you said weirdos. J.D. Vance is weird. As they got Sam Brinkman and friggin' Rachel Devine and all these people representing our country. It's a clown show. Nothing you can do about it, man. So just laugh and laugh. All right. Love to your thoughts. God bless. We'll be going live at 8 o'clock tonight. So I'd love for you to join me on YouTube and elsewhere. Bye.